Talking about passage 4, question 24th. Let's first discuss about the passage. The passage says India's integrated child development service needs to undergo significant changes to address the current malnutrition crisis in India. The last line is an important line in this case, which says a relatively small number of states, districts, and villages account for a large share of the burden. 5 states and 50% of villages account for about 80% of the malnutrition cases. So that means these states and these villages are to be concentrated more than the other ones. So there has to have a differentiated effort that we need to put in while calculating for the integrated child development service. So, looking into the question 24 says critical inference that can be done. Critical inference would have to do what were derived from the passage. Let's talk about A. Malnutrition needs to be addressed according to the regional characteristics of the most affected places. Yes, because they've already talked about that it is concentrated towards a specific space where where they have talked about a specific point. So with that reference, I need to go with A. And they have also mentioned that these areas account for 80% of the malnutrition cases. Hence, addressing them locally is a critical step. That makes sense for us. A should be the correct answer. We should also consider B, C, and D. B. There is a need for improving above the levels of sub-Saharan Africa so that India can eradicate malnutrition. It is not about comparing with a particular place, but we need to do within ourselves. So B is also ruled out. Let us check C. The underweight children need government aid in addressing their need for nutrition, since most states in India are suffering from malnutrition. We are not talking about most states. We are talking about specified states. Their malnutrition is more than the other. Therefore, C is also ruled out. D. There is a huge shortage. Now, whenever such words, as we've already discussed earlier, when such words have been given, probability is very high the answer. This will not be the part of the answer. There's a huge shortage of nutrition and food supplements in India. When nowhere been mentioned, we go back to our answer choice A. A is the correct answer for question 24th.